It's the International Soccer Preview. We are Soccerphiles Canada. This is the short version predicting the starting players of Algeria. Here we go. Section 3 with a spotlight review of the players that we predict will be starting in the Cup. All right, we begin with the manager. Jamal Belmadi has been with Algeria since 2018. He survived a terrible African Cup last time and not reaching the World Cup despite reaching the playoffs. So he seems like he has some sticking power, and we don't think he'll get fired before the tournament here. So Jamal Belmadi we consider a definite candidate. Among the goalkeepers, Race Mbali is out, and it is new candidate Anthony Mandrea who seems to be the most likely here. However, we don't put our full confidence behind him because we think there's a chance that Mustafa Zegra could be in the position there. So either one of those two, perhaps even rotating. I would actually think one of those two rather than rotating. In the central defence, a bit of confusion, but we're pretty sure that these three players will be part of the, will be likely. So again, no one playing enough that we think one of them will definitely be the starter, but Aissa Mandi, Mohamed Tougai and Rami Bensabaini possibly. He's actually a left back and was a left back in the previous cup, but has been playing as a centre back recently, kind of adding to a bit of confusion there, which is why we can only nominate candidates at the likely level. We also have Rami Bensabaini as a possible candidate for left back. Again, we're a bit confused because he's recently moved from being the starting left back to central defence. So if he goes back to the left, he'll be the starter. If he doesn't go back and actually continues on in central defence, we think actually Ryan Aït-Nouri and Yasser Larouchi have a possibility of starting. Between the two of them, we would kind of favour Aït-Nouri as the starter, but again, we can't be sure, so we have them in a blue highlight. At right back, similarly, we thought it was going to be Youssef Attal. He surprised us in the last cup because seemed like an unlikely candidate, turned out to be the starter. But recently, Kevin Vandenkirkhoff has offered a bit of a challenge for the position, and so we think it will be one of those two, or perhaps rotating. We think a rotation is quite possible there. Central midfield is really uncertain. Defensive midfielders, central midfielders, some players coded as right midfielders, and all of them kind of coming in and out. We had a lot of difficulty with this, so our angry response is to not nominate anyone. Well, no, that's not an angry response. That's more, we really don't know. We think Ramiz Zerouki is one of the more likely candidates. Ismail Benasser, but he is an injury doubt for this tournament. Again, we're not going to put any names on the list here. Sofiane Feghouli, possibly too. Those are just names we're throwing out there. Let's move over to the left wing, and we think Faris Shaibi is a possible candidate, but we also think Saeed Benrahma is also a possible candidate over here. It seems like he's been struggling with injury for a bit, so part of his bid would be really recovering fully from whatever injury is preventing him there. Over on the right, though, it's quite straightforward, and we have Riyad Mahrez as a definite candidate. The first one we could really throw our weight behind in terms of a prediction. And for forwards, a little less confidently, but we think Islam Slimani looks like the starting forward, with Baghdad Bounaja kind of dropping off a bit since the last cup, though always possible. All right, that is it for the Spotlight review. If you like what you hear, check out the full version on YouTube or podcast by searching International Soccer Preview.